Finally, the world witnessed the biggest fight of the decade, featuring young superstars Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. The result was shocking, but if we break down every tiny detail, we will understand that the finish was planned long time ago. Ryan's game plan was pretty simple. He wanted to put pressure and work a lot with his jab, forcing Tank to open up. If Tank tried to exchange, Ryan would counter with a left hook while stepping back. It's clear that Tank's game plan was focused on dehydrating his opponent, as the fight contract was set up that way. The fighters were fighting at catch weight, which was more favorable for the smaller Tank. After the weigh-in, Garcia wasn't allowed to fully recover and gain weight, only a certain percentage. Ryan's fatigue was noticeable at the weigh-in, but on fight day he looked more energetic than expected. He started the fight as I mentioned in the pre-fight analysis, high pressure through the jab. The first half of the fight was the time for Garcia to win. From round 6, Tank would start working more, and poor rehydration would play a cruel joke on Ryan's body. As Ryan puts pressure, Davis studies reactions and timing. Only in the last 50 seconds of the first round, he fakes jabs and makes sudden moves to see Ryan's reactions, who immediately covers his face with his lead hand for every feint. This opens up the path for an uppercut or body shot. That's why we see Gervonta smiling so early. Even though he lost the first round, the fight is going perfectly for him. Garcia realizes this and can't open up Davis to attack him, so he tries to surprise Tank with intense pressure at the beginning of the second round. Davis attempts to clinch, but Ryan continues his work. He knows that with every second, Tank is studying him, so he does everything in his power to prevent it. With every attack, Garcia swings harder, and the harder he swings, the more noticeable the mistakes in his footwork become. Round 2, 1 o'clock, all of Davis's mind games have paid off. An aggressive Garcia, annoyed by Tank's constant clinching, swung too hard and ate a counter straight, which knocked him down. This knockdown completely ruined the fight for Ryan. In past, he has spoken about struggling with mental health issues.
This is just an example. If I look right, it goes left, or if I look left, it goes right. If I look up, it goes down. I just didn't know where to go. It was that crazy. My mind was just like, I'm losing it. Something happened to me. I don't know what happened. And I couldn't settle myself down, no matter how hard I tried. Anxiety is just the fear of the unknown, and depression is a result of suppressing all the things that you should have took care of. I was living in a lie. I was trying to be forced to be something I wasn't, you know what I mean? But I am who I am now.
And it's clear that after getting up, he started to show too much respect for Gervonta. He definitely was scared. The third round starts just like the previous two, with Ryan pressuring, but this time without throwing punches. It's clear the knockdown scared him. Gervonta keeps twitching his lead hand to measure distance, landing accurate straights. It's made easier by Ryan, who just stands in front of him, occasionally bouncing back. Seemingly, this was Ryan Garcia's plan B. If Tank came forward, move back and catch him with a left hook. But this strategy would work against Garcia. Round 3, 104. Tank's first left hook to the body. It's clear Garcia isn't confident in his power and is now willing to take risks. Throwing a left hook to the body like this is very dangerous. Either he or Davis could end up knocked down in such open exchanges. The last 15 seconds, this setup will help secure a knockout later. Round 4. The pressure Tank used at the end of round 3 continues. Garcia is obsessed with the idea of counterattacking with a hook. So he agrees to bounce back, hoping to catch Tank while moving. But every time he does this, he simply gives Gervonta the opportunity to practice timing before landing a body shot. 130, Garcia's first right straight lands. The element of surprise worked, but this very hit woke up his opponent. Southpaw Tank wins the lead foot battle, allowing him to win the exchange of straight punches. 0-0-5. As they get close in the clinch, Ryan manages to land an uppercut. Round 5, 157, Garcia's jab counterattacks with a straight. Despite his shorter height, he does a good job with head movement and quickly repeats the same setup, 137. Midway through round 5, it becomes extremely noticeable that Ryan is barely working his jab, let alone doubling up, against a crafty counterpuncher like Davis. He needs to overwhelm him with volume, confuse him, which Garcia isn't doing at all. Round 6, 2-17. However, in the 6th round, a powerful straight from Garcia lands. Round 6, 156. After that, Ryan's hook lands to the body, waking up Tank, who starts landing combinations. Round 7. The second half of the fight begins, the time when Gervonta should really turn it up. Round 7, 240. Instead, he receives a heavy right straight. Garcia's right hand is still a surprise for Tank. Round 7, 143. Because Davis started worrying about the right hand, the path for the left hook became open. Ryan slowly began to believe in himself and tried to use the so far unsuccessful setup, moving back and hooking. Round 7, 130. He actually manages to land it finally, but unfortunately for him, Tank's counterattack to the body also connects. It was a real Wild West shootout, where both fired shots, but only one fell, and that was Ryan Garcia. That's where the fight ended. Maybe he would have taken the body shot differently if he could recover after the weigh-in. But it's clear Davis's training camp was focused on body counterattacks. They knew a powerful liver shot would be too much for Ryan. After the fight, it becomes noticeable that despite the physical attributes and obvious boxing talent, Gervonta Davis is a fighter on a completely different level at the moment. His awareness, fighting IQ, composure, and ability to control emotions shone brightly against a bewildered Garcia.
I was like a step, a little, like a level above him, you know what I mean? So everything he was doing in the ring, I was already aware of, you know what I mean? Everything, like, I was already aware of like a couple steps before he did it. So I was mostly calm and just let him make his mistakes, and I just, I counted off his mistakes.
Do you think there will be a rematch in the future?
If you have questions, you can go to my personal Instagram. Link in the description.